air signs, and happy December. This is it. We're moving into 2022. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to kiss 2021 goodbye. Okay, so I'm going to be bringing you an elemental air sign mini cross reading. It will be for the signs of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. All right. We do have a new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius on Friday. I just posted an article about that. I don't know what else pretty much to say. Oh yeah, except that if you haven't signed up for my newsletter, you should go to the channel art on the main page of my channel. I don't even know what I'm saying, but go there and there's a little orange icon for Substack. Just click on that. It's a free newsletter. And if you're interested in purchasing a reading or you'd like to join the website, you can click on this little eye up here. It will take you directly over to the website. I just kind of lost my train of thought. It'll take you directly over to the website. If you're interested in booking a reading, look for tarot consultations on the main menu. I have already done some meditation and shuffling on the air glyph and your signs. And so I do suggest that you go back and look at the other elementals for your moon and rising sign, and or if you're dealing with, people of earth, fire, and water signs, you can go there and look and may give you a bit of information there. I have with me the Radiant White deck, Lavira Sabila for clarification should we need. And then I'm pulling two oracle cards. I'm pulling a Golden Nostradamus and I'm pulling a Romance Angels. And I'm telling you, there's something in the air with romance. I don't know what it is, but the other three readings have been very interesting. So I do suggest you go back and watch them if you, moon, air, sun, whatever, So let me go ahead and turn the camera around, and I'm gonna do one more shuffle and one more rifle. Lots of changes, I think. And then we've got these huge, I think Neptune goes direct pretty soon. I think he's been retrograde. I don't even know for how long. He's been in Pisces forever. Okay. Forever. We also have Jupiter, the transits of Jupiter and Saturn are happening. So I think there are lots of changes coming up for lots of people on many different levels. It's just going to depend on what you got going on in your life and when. So here we go. I'm going to put one more rifle on these. And I'm pulling the Romance Angel cards because even if you're not in a romantic relationship, you're in partnership, all the time. You work with people, you got family, you got friends, And for me, I always say that the most important relationship you're ever going to have is the one you have with yourself. So there could be something in it for you, even if the story doesn't, you don't know what's happening with the story. There could be something in the card for you, so don't dismiss it out of hand. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull the first card. Let me cut the deck. And we're going to see what is at the heart of this situation. The Five of Pentacles. Oh, somebody's feeling sorry for themselves. Don't do it. The end of the year is coming. You've made it this far. What is the foundation of this? Look like some kind of King of Wands. A fire sign male, perhaps. Okay. What is the energy of the near or distant past? The Five of Wands. So now I have two fives. Okay, that's always important when the numbers repeat themselves. What is the unknown factor coming in for this month? The Seven of Cups. And what is the energy of the near to distant future, perhaps going all the way into January? Wow, the Empress. Holy moly, that's a big card. And not a bad card, by the way, to round this reading out. What is over the whole reading? The Ten of Cups. Believe it or not, this is also a very, very positive card in the deck and has the power to negate anything negative. But typically the Ten of Cups represents this idea of joyous times, happy family times. Everybody's got exactly what they want. You know, everything is in its place. Everything's right with the world. That's typically what that card represents. I always like to give that opposite meaning of this card because every card has a positive and a negative. Sometimes to me, this Ten of Cups represents this idea of what illusions are, you know. For many years growing up, when I was a kid, you know, as a little girl, it was the husband and the 2.5 kids with the white picket fence, you know what I'm saying? And you lived in suburbia and everything was hunky-dory and life was grand. Well, you know, that's an illusion because happy families aren't always like that, right? And sometimes this card asks you to take a look at what you think that idea of a happy family really, really means. That's where I'm trying to get to. So 2 5s can speak to ill will, backstabbing, and gossip, and just regular trouble from, you know, nasty trouble from people outside of the relationship are causing problems. The other meaning, or 2 5, speaks to new experiences ahead. Now, I dare say that with this 10 being over the entire reading, we are definitely looking at a change in some type of familial relationship, okay? But I've also seen the 10 of Cups speak about, you know, like new finances or a new job or some news coming in. So the cards can behave in really, really odd ways. But right in the center, I have this 5 of Cups, this 5 of Pentacles, this idea of someone who is worried about finances. They're worried about money. They're worried about how they're going to pay their bills or how they're going to feed their kids, right? And this card says that, you know, there is help around you, maybe through some type of governmental or community agency. So, you know, look, sometimes if you need help and you don't say anything because you're too proud, people don't know you need help. And if you need help, speak up, ask for it, so that can take some of the weight off of you, okay? So there's no shame in it, saying I need help. And there's no shame in receiving help. Particularly as we're going into the end of the year here in America. Well, everywhere, you know, we're still dealing with the effects of supply chain issues, rising prices, shortages, those types of things. So there's no shame in it, okay? This card speaks about feeling sorry for yourself. Sometimes it says that, you know, whatever the situation that you're in, it's caused by your own hand. And so even in that instance, it can be difficult to own up to the fact that whatever situation we find ourselves, we took part in that. Does that make any sense? And I have this King of Wands who's looking towards the past. So I do get the sense that this is a male. He would be someone, let's say, starting from the age of 35 on up, would typically be light complected with light hair or maybe red hair and blue eyes. If, you know, he's someone who's light complected with maybe red hair or dark or light, I don't know what I'm saying, but you heard me the first time. Okay. As a profession, this guy is simply going to be some kind of entrepreneur. He's going to be some business owner. He's going to be somebody who's out there, a mover and a shaker, doing things. He likes to delegate. If this is a partner or a spouse of yours, I can see that there's been some arguments here. Now, the 5 of Wands it represents competition. It can represent play, and sometimes it could represent mind games, all right? Like people saying one thing and doing another. I've seen it show up when people are fighting with each other like children. Everybody's trying to get their 2 cents worth in. I've also seen it in custody cases or divorce cases where you're fighting over children. We see that here. All right. Whatever this thing is, it's created a lot of confusion. So the 7 of Cups is saying it says that you've got a lot of choices. You've got a lot of options, but you don't have any clarity on what it is you're doing. So it's kind of like you're just kind of floating around that Neptunian energy, that I was just talking about. And Neptune is going to be going direct. I don't know exactly when. I just posted that article. And I think Mars is involved in that in some way. And so that could be, you know, a whole bunch of hot foolishness if you are not careful. The Seven of Cups says that if you can identify the most important thing from all of these choices, then everything else should fall into place. It says that you absolutely can have everything that you want. But first you got to identify what is the most important thing. Do not delude yourself, okay? And do not allow other people to delude you or lie to you or deceive you or trick you, okay? So this is really about gaining control of your emotions so that you can see clearly. Now, what stands out to me the most is this Empress card because of what she represents. Now, she can represent, she's the mother of the tarot, so this could be somebody's mama all up in y'all business and causing problems, right? It could be about you in terms of you being a mom and having children. But mostly, she represents the idea of growth and abundance and positivity and, hold on. Oh, let's see, import. 1 second. Material wealth and marriage. She talks about happy conclusions, an excellent time to begin new projects because they have a high potential of success. It could speak about the idea of saying that when you are gentle and caring as well as patient, you can bring anything you desire into fruition. It's almost like if any of you have ever been pregnant, you know, you got to wait them 9 months. There's really not a whole lot you can do but be gentle, be kind, and be patient, right? And then suddenly everything comes to fruition. But it also represents the emotions and indicates the importance of following your instincts and your feelings. So it advises that you should not be redirected by thought and action. Do not be disillusioned by delays, but trust your instincts and intuition. Okay? So this is, I think, the meaning of the card. I think this is what it's trying to tell you. And what I'm going to do is to look and see if I can get any information about these 3 cards. I can't look at him because this is definitely a male. It's a person. You know, and I don't know what he's doing or what he's been doing, or maybe he's acting crazy, or maybe y'all been fighting. I don't know, you know. We're going to go first to the 5 of Pentacles to see what the 5 of Pentacles has to say next to this Empress. Okay. Well, do not give up, this card says, because you are about to achieve something you had not expected. I want you to pay attention. 5 of Pentacles with the 10 of Cups indicates happy family times and celebrations, accolades, and rewards are ahead for you. It indicates good fortune to do with monetary gain, possibly even a win or an inheritance. It implies that good fortune is on its way with an influx of income or monetary gain in the offing. So if this is a issue where you may have been struggling or something with finances, maybe you've divorced this guy, and there's child support or alimony, you know, just kind of hang on, and you're confused, you don't know what to do because you got so much stuff you need to do, you know what I mean? Hang on. Things will be changing. 5 of Wands. Now, this can't be true for everybody because it depends on, you know, what you got going on in your life, right? Because sometimes people just don't act right no matter what. Okay, nothing about the 5 of Wands. And so now the 7 of Cups. Nothing about the 7 of Cups, but here's something for you. The message of this card is that once a true commitment to a goal, dream, or aspiration is made, it makes that goal more achievable. Therefore, remain focused in order to reap the rewards. It says that you should expect the unexpected. Well, that's quite interesting, is it not? Very, very interesting. Let me just take a look here at this 10 of Cups to see if there are any additional messages. Well, and indeed there are. With the Empress, it implies that happy partnerships and possible announcements may be made. This may involve either yourself or someone close to you. Family ties and relationships are highlighted at this time. It may be telling you that it is a perfect time to make arrangements for special events to come. It is indicating that it is a most auspicious time to make plans for the future. Well, what do you know about that? So what I'm going to do is I want to take a look at this, because I do feel that he is the cause, or maybe it could be that this is the way he's feeling, and that could be why he's angry and you guys are fighting. I don't know. So maybe he's confused and worried about finances. You know, men don't act right when their money's not good. They just don't. They lose their damn minds. That's what happens. Okay, so we women know how to make do, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? We may not like it, but we make do, especially when there are kids involved. So let's take a look at why this King of Wands is all here, and what is happening, or why he's here, because he's at the foundation, he's at the root of the reading. I hope half of my cards are not turned upside down. The Bambino, the Belvedere. Maybe there's a new baby on the way, I don't know. And the desperate jealousy. Wow, that's totally crazy. So, to me, this is an intensifier. The Bambino can mean the idea of all conditions that haven't fully developed yet. Okay, remember we're talking about things coming to fruition. Okay, I don't know, maybe there may be a baby on the way. I don't know. Maybe for somebody there is. But it is the Belvedere card. The Belvedere card is about the arrival of, the imminent arrival of someone or something. Okay? And all emotions associated with the idea of waiting. So anxiety falls into that. Now, it says that on a much broader level, again, it indicates that something has not fully yet taken shape, and that the future has not yet been defined. It indicates the unavoidable arrival of something or someone in whatever area inquired about. Again, it may indicate anxiety, trepidation, or impatience. But it also warns not to pry into other people's lives and to mind your own business. And it invites you to look within instead for your own self-analysis and introspection of your behavior. And that is indicated by the telescope turned around the wrong way. I think what worries me the most is this card, the desperate jealousy. And let me explain to you why that is. He is the 8 of Swords or Spades. Yes, the card says consumed with jealousy, but there's nothing else that follows this card, so I really don't have anything else to kind of look at, but I'm going to give this to you because it represents dejection, depression, apathy, anguish, and a lack of enthusiasm for the beginning. It can herald the beginning of a dark time when someone's outlook on life, they have given up and they don't want to fight anymore. And it can represent someone who feels that they have nothing to live for. It can sometimes indicate suicidal tendencies or even the act of committing attempted suicide. But it clearly describes someone who lacks the personal resources to pull through difficult times and hardships. And that no matter how negative not realizing that no matter how negative they may seem, that it's going to end at some point. It indicates not seeing beyond the present moment, or even being stuck in the past, unable to resolve a problem, again, without finding the necessary inner resources to pull through. It can indicate all forms of self-harm, feelings of guilt, shame, and deep regret. It heralds tears and deep worry and many hours spent crying. It can even indicate substance abuse. Maybe you're dealing with, see the bottle at his feet right there? Where is it? It's over here. Right there. So it can even indicate substance abuse. And maybe somebody has a gambling problem, or a drinking problem, or a drug problem. It can also indicate, this card, the advanced stage of something, and it warns of a toxic environment. You may be involved with people who are very toxic and not even realize it. It can sometimes indicate that you are about to put your trust into somebody who you should not. It indicates treachery, slander, gossip, and envy. It warns that there is danger, and it is coming from your circle of acquaintances. In love, it indicates extreme jealousy and possessiveness, as well as a selfish love centered around self-gratification or social climbing. Love, if it can still be called love, comes with a heavy price to pay. And in any kind of relationship, this card indicates a lack of trust and a loss of self-respect. And I think, too, what I find interesting is that you're showing up pretty much as the Empress, and he's showing up as a king. Emperor's more than a king any day of the week. Okay? Financially, it can indicate heavy losses that can lead someone to suicide. It indicates heavy debt, insolvency, overspending, as well as trouble with the law and a cutthroat work environment. That's what I said. It indicates someone that you may be about to trust someone who will ultimately lead you to your ruin. That's why he's leaning on the rock. It heralds scandals, slander, gossiping, and backstabbing. Okay? So I don't know what's going on in this situation. Maybe this is what's happening with him. But it's almost as if the cards are saying, you know what? Keep an eye or an ear open. Because this situation has not fully developed. It may require your patience, your kindness, and your care. So this could be a friend of yours or a relative, that who's really struggling and having a hard time. Either way, I do get the sense that this situation will ultimately resolve itself. It's basically this, having to decide what is the most important thing. And no matter, not giving up, no matter what the current circumstances. Okay? So, let me pull a Romance Angel card. Formulate your question. I'm not picking up any negativity off of this Empress at all. And we know that, I think what I find, there's no swords here. So to me, what this is it is the desire nature conflicting with the emotions, conflicting what is actually realistically possible at the moment. This is about doing things. This is the way you feel about it, and this is your determination to get it done. And so I think those three things may be clashing or colliding at the moment, with this person, and maybe they don't see a way out, And so because these are fives, and I said exciting times. Well, exciting times don't always mean happy times. They can mean angry times. They can mean sad times. Excitement is simply a state of emotion. Okay? So, here we go. There's a legal term, excited utterance. Okay, so, well, I'm going to read the Golden Nostradamus first. And that could be too, I don't know. It's interesting. read the Golden Nostradamus first. It is the cat. Well. Let me find it in English. The cat. With sweet little words and a pleasant face, the traitor convinces and gains your good graces. An ill-omened card that predicts betrayal, or it encourages you to reflect on trust you have undeservingly placed in someone or in a situation you believed to be safe. It may even predict unfaithfulness in love. Remember, there's something about this because you are an empress and he is a king. There's something about it. Now, this card. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. What I will tell you about the Empress, she represents Venus. Venus is not just about love and beauty. She's about fairness and justice and not justice, but fairness. And the idea of value and value systems. Okay? So if you've been spending all your money on this dude, right, and you still ain't getting nowhere with him, and he getting fed up with it, that's going to come to a head. Oh, okay? This is, you are above him in some way. The Empress. And maybe you've been patient and waiting and waiting and waiting. And that's all great and fine and well and good. But this 10 tells me that this is about to change. It's going to turn into an 8. So there's a reset coming here. Unrequited love. Maybe the person was just in it for the things you could get them. You know? The romance angels compassionately bring you this card as an answer to your relationship question. The person you are inquiring about has many qualities that you find attractive. However, there's not enough mutual attraction to create the passion you are seeking. This relationship is more like a cat and mouse chase, with one partner continually retreating and disappearing. Neither person enjoys this imbalance, and lack of chemistry is the reason. You may both share genuine love, which in itself can be a foundation for a long-term relationship. This card comes to you simply to help you understand the missing component which you both can sense. Every relationship is a synergy of blended energies. You cannot completely control the attraction factor, but you can override and steer it. Sometimes, painful childhood experiences can draw you to unhealthy relationships as you recreate the original situation in an attempt to heal it. You can ask the angels for guidance to help you elevate your spiritual frequencies so that you attract a partner of a similar nature. You deserve to be in a relationship of mutual appreciation and attraction. So it is worth your time and effort to manifest one of those qualities. With time and patience and care, anything can come to fruition. This is the message that I have for you, air signs, for December. I do hope that helps. Again, if you're interested in booking a reading, you can click on that eye that's going to show up there. Until next time, be well, stay safe, be good to yourself, and namaste.